We are live. Welcome, 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 everybody. Ryan, RDFPV, Reaper FPV, Bob. Welcome, guys. Hope y'all have had an amazing week.
Jim,
What's up, babe?
out with the kids at a birthday party. Cool beans.
Don't forget my slice of cake.
Bill, welcome.
So tonight, guys, in a little while, we're going to do the very first official live build on the drone network.
Ryan, welcome. Jeremy. Yeah, before, remember, I said I'd do a build on here, and then I just never did it. Well, it wasn't always my decision before, but now I got to talk with Crystal. I'm like, you want to do it? She's like, sure. So, Sam, welcome. Crystal here, welcome.
Nah, I'm here. That's a figment of your imagination. And Eli's probably right there with Sam.
Of course. Jeremy recognizes them motors.
Sam said, yep, he says hi.
Beastly motors. As you can see, I already printed the session mount.
And there's Kaz. Wayne,
what's up? Welcome. But yeah, I've done, this will be the third AcroBrat now that I built. I got rid of mine. I'm like, I want another one. And then I found this session mount for it. I was just like, oh man, that's just perfect.
Reaper said they're highly pissed off bumblebees.
They're highly pissed off bumblebees. Yeah, and I remember you said make sure you put some Loctite on them bolts going down on those props. But if not, if I have a problem with them kicking them off, I'll just go to these motors here, these Hyperlights. Hyperlight cotton candies. It focuses. It's good. Maybe I'll hold still by a little. Yeah. No.
It was showing up just fine.
Oh, was it? Mine was just, I was a blurry.
Ryan said he just ordered some props for his toothpick.
Cool beans. The toothpick, yes. Very nice flyer. I got a toothpick.
A toothpick?
Toothpick. I still got these props here onto it, but I got some on the way. Some of the 65mm ones.
3%. I only threw one prop. Never had an issue after that.
Nice. I got some Loctite, so got the blue, not the red. It's in a red thing, but it's blue. I think it even says, yeah, removable. Because if it's red, oh my God, you're done. You're over with. Trying to let a few more people get in here. Yeah, I'm gonna turn this one down and try to fly it real slow. Like just, I thought it was cool. A 3-inch could carry the session, which I got Tooth Fairy that could carry a session, but these AcroBrats, they fly amazingly smooth. And we're going to use, I had it laying around, so it's a stack. It's the HSKRC 438. I did find out it is the 438. The 428, I've never had luck with. Burned out. Like 3 flights, I think it was. But this is the V2, and it's the 438, so that's a good thing. and 33 amps. I know that's a lot for a little 3-inch quad, but it's overkill, but it's, well, good to have it. Vampire, what's up? Yeah, man, I was done, and then I remember you weren't here, so I took it all back apart.
That's like a kid asking, "Are we there yet?"
Yeah, we got 7 in here. We're ready to go, I guess. Why not?
Bob said, "Come on, pick up the pace. Pick up the pace."
Let's do it. All right, first I'll pop this bad boy apart. This was just to try it out. See if I was concerned about it being a little wobbly, and I could still put a strap over it. I have some thinner straps.
3%. It's actually a good thing that AcroBrat has all that isolation because those motors are extremely cocky. Could potentially cause jello, but with that frame, it shouldn't be a problem.
Nice. Well, like I said, if they do, it's not a problem anyway.
Plumhead says, "Hells yeah, bill time."
What up, brother? I know it's not Flight 1, but bear with me. I'm gonna have to get either you or Squish. I can't get my laptop to do the Falco. For some reason, it won't do it. So, like I said, I just printed that, but you can see this right here. That had me concerned. I was like, uh-oh, because you know, jello time. But once it's mounted, it truly works. But all right, like I said, this is the third one.
Vampire said, "How much does this build cost?" I'm curious. I thought about an AcroBrat.
Well, this is the HSKRC AcroBrat. You guys know me and my frames. I could go on for days telling you about the premium frames and the problems I've had, but I won't go there tonight. But this frame is like 28 bucks. I'm gonna run the HGLRC 438 stack. I think they're coming in, and that's the one with the ESC, the flight controller, and VTX. That's coming in roughly around 90 bucks. The motors, I don't even know what they're running. These are the Armaton motors that I got off of a build from Jeremy. But say you can build one. So all right, here's the path that I will send you. So 28 bucks for the frame, and these frames, dude, I promise you, are rigid and they're very, very nice. Not that I'm not saying don't buy the premium one, go for it. But you know me and my cheap ass, my money. So, but yeah, so that frame, do the Diatone Mamba 20 by 20 stack. Actually, talking about that, Birdman, I know you're not here, but you'll probably catch up or watch. Your stack came in today. So that frame with
Night Train, welcome.
Mike, welcome. That stack with this frame. So you're talking 40 bucks for the stack, 30 for the frame, and then Hyperlight motors. What were these running over on Pyro? These motors. Oh, right. 53 bucks a set, maybe.
For a set of 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, those were the ones that were like $54.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're running like 50 something a set, so it's not too bad into them. And I'm telling you right now, dude, everyone I have built so far flies amazing. Ryan will tell you, he can vouch for that. That one he flies amazing. Carlos, back from the sky, he flies my last one that I built. He owns it now. And I'll tell you what makes the difference is right here. We know vibrations getting sent back to our flight controller. That's number one reason half of them fly raggedy and stuff. This thing is got the bushings. mounted in the frame, and then sleeves that go through it. So that, and then your camera mounts to these plates here, and it also has bushings here that mount. So the motors, I mean, like Jeremy was just saying, these are beastie motors. So this frame's actually perfect for them because it's not going to send nothing back into the flight controller. And it's an F4 flight controller and all that good stuff, so it can handle it, I think. But I'm gonna put O-rings and all on it anyway. So
Ryan said his AcroBrat fries awesome. It's smooth as butter.
they are absolutely great flyers. Shout out to Oh My God for coming up with that design. Just sorry, yours cost like 70 bucks. This one costs 30, so it's much affordable for me. But if you want to send me one of yours, I would love to beat it up, try it. I'm sure it's just as great, better. I mean, the quality of the carbon is going to be better, obviously. You're paying twice as much money. So, all right, let's start with it. So, the whole kit comes with standoffs. I already unbagged everything. Standoffs, I mean.
And there's Mr. Carlos back from the sky. He can vouch for how an AcroBrat flies.
Yes, he sure can. And it comes with all the hardware that you need. Steel hardware for mounting, everything.
Bob said he wants to see a junkyard build.
You want to see a junkyard build? I definitely have one of those. I got 3 of this ESC that don't work, 3 of that ESC that works. These motors, three out of the 4 of these motors. I could definitely do something like that. That's how actually I get to help everybody, because when things go down, I'm actually usually have just about what they need. So we're just gonna put the bolts on here right now. Just put the washer on the bottom here, and you have to put the washer on because it kind of locks everything in on the bottom. If not, the screw would just kind of move, and then the stack will move up and down as you kind of wreck it and things like that, because you're gonna crash it. But
JD's is now in the house.
JD's, what's up? Did you get those links, man? I dropped them on your page. I forget everybody don't do Facebook.
EBR is in the house.
EBR, welcome. Sorry, so you like I said, steel standoffs makes things much better. And actually, I'll put this.
Vampire, where are you finding that AcroBrat for $44.99? When I was looking it up, it was like $64, and that was like 2 days ago.
Good, $44.99. Because I'm gonna tell you, like I said, the clone of it flies amazing. I guarantee you. I guarantee you, the Primo just is amazing. Probably just flies that much better. I guarantee it. I mean, they always do. And the premium frames, they fly nice. It's just the hardware. They can't click and get right. They give you junky hardware. So, you guys are wondering what I'm talking about, go back on a couple of my videos. You'll see what I've been going through with the frame. But, all right. There's the ESC I'm using. This is a 33 amp ESC. I know for a 3-inch quad, it is overkill, like I said. But with HSKRC, go bigger for sure. The 428 stack didn't work for me, so.
Birdman, talking about stacks. Your stack came in today, my dear.
Birdman, here she is. Diatone Mamba. 20 by 20. You guys stay tuned to the channel. I will be doing, if you don't know, I do the chop shop over on the FPV Noob Tube channel. And I got a nice thing that's going to be going down over there. It's going to take something that's, excuse me, old school and bring it to the new age. Welcome to the new age. Can Mike handle the beast when it's over? Oh, that's a whole different story. No, it'll be good, Mike. I promise I'll tame it. All right, so like I said, this is the ESC. It's built pretty dang good. Usually these are kind of thin. Actually, the V1 was like barely much on it. Like I said, that thing's got nice MOSFETs and stuff like that onto it. So it's good. Drop that on. And that's on, I put a piece of, this comes with the kit. It's just like a, so I like to put that down first. Okay. So there you go for that. And this, like I said, is a 3-part stack. So there's the flight controller, and then there's the VTX. Normally,
Ryan said, I thought the HSKRC stacks are junk.
well, if you listen what I said in the beginning, I used the 428 stack. This is the 438 stack. The 438 stack, TX20 V2, they were supposed to go in and revise it, and whatever was smoking the ESCs, because what would happen is you would lose motors, 2 of these motors, like just fall out of the sky, you know, and so they went ahead and revisit it. So that's what I said in the beginning with me using this. I said I'm shooting myself in the foot probably, but then once I did research and found out it's the 438 TX20 V2, well, it has a chance, I'd say, you know, because they had 20 amp ESCs before. So they did some changes to it, and we will see if it's worthy of the changes they made. I will put it through its paces, I promise that. So much good.
Birdman said, don't make her mild, make her wild.
If you want a wild, I can make her. I damn sure make her wild. Ryan will tell you that. He had a quad that was slow. When he got her back, she was ready to roll. Basically, to make a quad faster or slower, you guys can do the quad you're flying now. Just go into the rates. If you're running Expo, take your Expo and zero it out. Do it on your RC rate and do it on your super rate. It works a lot better than the Expo for you. Just take roughly down to like, I don't know, 60 or something and try it, and then on RC rate, and then take the super up.
Later,
just a
EBR,
minute.
thanks for joining us.
Night EBR, thanks for stopping in.
Night Train said that's what went on his first ESC too, for his 2 motors stopped. That 428 stack, they replaced it. The second one is still going strong.
Okay, right, cool. Yeah, and see, when we bought it before, I don't know, I wasn't into the whole contact the company and all that, because I'm gonna put some O-rings under this. It's just touching that plastic a little too much. I don't like, even though it's plastic, I don't want it pressed against there. Leave a little room for heat to escape. But yeah, so I just gave the flight controller to Chris Riley, and then went ahead, and the VTX I kept, but then I tried using it on something else, and it kind of like it just won out. So the VTX is the same.
Welcome.
Head fog, welcome. Okay, so let's pop that off. And there's some of these here. Actually, we'll probably slide these ones. Well, I use the thicker ones. Like I said, these frames are real easy to build too, and they come with a build sheet. So this helps a lot of people out. I can promise you that. Because not saying you can't build a frame, but we all know we struggle with newer frames. They're like jigsaw puzzle. But this thing shows you all the good stuff. Like I said, I've built 3 of these, so I'm way past that part.
Welcome, Just Looking.
Just Looking, welcome.
Head Fog said, is that the same frame you showed a while back from Amazon?
Yes, sir. Like I said, this is the 3rd one I'm building now. I built RDF PV1. Then I built one for myself because I loved Ryan's. So then Carlos loved mine. And yeah, so then me and Carlos ended up working out a deal, and I got rid of it. But then I wanted another one because I found this session mount here, and it's just like, I don't know, pretty cool that this 3-inch can carry that. So I'm thinking like I'm gonna call it like the CineBrat, turn it into like a 3-inch kind of Cine quad, whatever they want to call them things, because it does 4K, that camera. It's a Session 5, so. And this thing is really, really, really smooth. I don't know if you ever get a chance to fly one, or if you build, grab yourself one and build it. The premium ones running 46. This is the HSKRC. So this one's running like 28 bucks. But I buy so much stuff, so if I can buy stuff a bit cheaper, then I kind of have to do that. And like I said, the VTX I'm gonna mount. So we're gonna be doing something like this here. We're gonna mount this here, and that's another good thing about the frame. So you got 20 by 20 holes. It doesn't support 30 by 30. So, and if I'm losing anybody on that, let me explain that for you much better. So this is a 20 by 20. Well, actually, this is 25 by 25, but 20 by 20 mountain holes. This is a 30 by 30, so which would go in our larger quads. So this frame doesn't support a 30 by 30 setup, but it does support. It gives you 20 by 20 here, 20 by 20 here, and 20 by 20 here. So really, really cool setup. Many options, a lot, you know. So that's what I'm doing there.
Alvin, welcome, babe.
Well, I did it backwards. Alvin, welcome. We're gonna be doing this setup here, and the VTX will be in the back, and then the cord just come on out the back, and that setup. And I'll put some screws up through there, and then put some O-rings for soft mounting.
But we'll get to watch you do that.
What are you trying to say? Move on?
Yep.
Dang, y'all rough. All right, so there's the ESC mounted. Like I said, put the washer on, and then you can see it won't pull through. If you don't put that washer on, it will pull through just a bit. So, all right, what do we do next? Motors.
You're the build master.
Let's go ahead and mount the motors.
Just Looking is a friend of Carlos's.
Okay, cool. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by, checking out the channel.
Night Train said, so you guys see, but Grinder got fired from Quad Box. He's FPV crate now.
Dang. No, I didn't see that, Mike, but thanks.
Community keeping us in the loop.
That's exactly right.
Head folks said he's got to get him one of those frames. He loves it.
I agree, man. I plan on keeping this one, so.
Hi, Mrs. Headfog. You better keep that one.
Hi, Mrs. Headfog. Welcome.
He had no idea that frame had even been bought. It showed up today, and he was like, wow.
Yeah, like, okay, well, nice. All right. Looking
no,
good.
Carlos, he isn't done yet.
And like I said, on these motors, oh, nope, the other size.
Welcome, Rob.
This is how the prop holds on. Just has the M3 screw there. So, Reaper, like I said, this come off of a Jepalard that I chopped up and build him a 5-inch. It's up top here. He said just put some Loctite on there. But if I have issues, I do have, like I said, a set of the cotton candies that got bolt on. So either way, I'll be good.
Welcome, Ed.
Rob, welcome. Ed, welcome. Okay. Let's go ahead and mount the other one.
Ed folks said, so what's your build specs?
My build specs are Armaton motors. They're supposed to be really nice motors from what I'm hearing. They're 1407 30. They are tiny. You can see the kV on them. Tinier than normal. 3850 kV motors. Woo! I bet they are ass kickers. I'm running for the stack in it. I'm running the HSKRC 438 TX20 version 2 stack. The VTX in it is the HSKRC TX20 V2 VTX. It's got the ESC flight controller VTX in the stack, and then I'm gonna run the stubby antenna with the run cam. This is the Swift Mini, and pop on the session. After I clean it up a little bit, it's kind of raggedy looking. I think I'm gonna do another print down through here. I didn't like how that turned out actually, but it works. It fits on there. It's tight, so can't complain. I guess the first time it turned out. So now I'm mounting motors, and you got to watch. Make sure you mount them to where your wires go down the arms here. But it's a fairly easy build, to be honest with you. The frame is pretty much self-explanatory the way it lays out. And like I said, this is the third one. Maybe this is the third one's the charm. This is the one I'll keep. I said that about the, well, I had another 3-inch. Which one was that? The new Ditzy XF3. I built that, and I said I wasn't gonna get rid of it, but
You say that about a lot of them.
sometimes things come along, you know. But Carlos fell in love with that AcroBrat. As soon as he come down and saw it, he's just like, I'll get that from you for you note. He wasn't lying. So anyone flying today? You guys got this tropical storm from Dorian? We are in the tropical storm. We've had wind and, well, heavy. I'd say not too heavy, but it came heavy at times. And
Hey, folks, said, what battery are you putting on it?
I am going to run the 850 RDQ battery, 850 milliamp hour 4S, 75C. And I will also run 450 milliamp hours on this thing too, 4S. It's going to be 4S. It's 2 to 4S on the stack. So
Next thing you know, head folks gonna have an AcroBrat.
I just kind of go easy at my screws. I kind of work my way around them instead of just cranking one, because when you crank one, you'll get that motor canted up a little bit. So I kind of work them all the way around. So I tighten them all the way down. If you all wonder why I'm taking long to mount these. But I wanted to do this build because, like I said, I promised before to do a live build, and didn't get the opportunity to. So now I have the opportunity to. I've had plenty of builds to do it on here, but I do a lot of it on the Chop Shop over to the new FPV Noob Tube channel. So check us out over there. That's a group channel that we all put in forth our effort to keep going for the community to help out over there. So if you ain't subscribed, please check them out. Crystal can drop a link for you.
You'll be in the spotlight, why don't you?
We gotta get our plugs in.
I'm telling you.
I'll get my bang goods in before the night.
You're making me work.
It's all right. So there's motors. There's the seat mounted. I gotta say they're pretty nice motors. Here's the prop I'm gonna run on it. Jeremy, when he sent me the Japalara and he sent me the props with it and everything, I actually have 2 more batteries coming, a spare motor, and some 25 amp ESCs. But he sent in like I think 5 or 6 sets of these gem fans. So that's what we'll go ahead and run onto it. These are 3052s. So figured pink, purple will go together. I think it's up top there. I have a pink and purple one up there. Yep, Sparky. One RDFPB hooked me up with a Source 1. It's pink and purple. It's cool. Alright, so we have 13 watching. Cool things. You guys are awesome.
And there is the link to the frame that you are watching being built.
Look at her dropping links and everything. Sweet.
I gotta work from my position. You know this.
Rob, you got that KISS D1 dialed in, bro. If that's what you're still flying, that thing is woo on point. I was watching that when you're flying around that Angel on the rock. That was cool, man.
Ed said, always get all screws started before you tighten anything down. That's how he does everything, from electrical panels to junction boxes to motors.
Awesome, right? You have to work your way around pretty much anything, to be honest with you. And like I said, I used to build a lot of car motors, so I learned that when you're doing the heads, you just don't start this way and go that way. You have to know the sequence on that and intakes, because on the aluminum intakes, you'll crack them if you don't kind of do the sequence on them and get them seated nice. All right, so I went ahead and already had some lost the words here, snake skins. Went ahead and cut them and burnt the ends. I'll go through this if you guys don't know. So when you cut this, cut it with a sharp pair of scissors, make a nice clean cut, and then take a lighter and it's, burn the end a little bit. Don't burn it and then do this and touch it, because it'll go together. Just kind of burn it and like leave it set, and then after like a second I'll just go like that. It helps out with putting these together, because if not, they will fray up on you and it's a mess. So let's go ahead and drop these on. I've never, well, I don't think I put them. I might have put them on the other one, but this one seems like it doesn't want to work. There it goes. Just being so much smaller.
Ed said you won't get the right fit either, just like tightening lug nuts on a car tire. Same deal.
Exactly. Ed knows.
He also knows how to use wire nuts.
Oh, she said it, Ed.
Ed knows I love him.
And then see if your wires are kind of jaggedy. These are already soldered, because like I said, they come off of a build, so they kind of solder once you catch on them. But it helps that they're already pre-tinned and all that, so we're going with it.
Head folks said every time I put a screw in, I go counterclockwise first, so it falls into place. I don't cross right.
There you go, brother. All right, so when I do that, let me find my.
Well, I've never quite heard of that one. Stagger them, kiss them, then stagger tight. Yeah. Birdman.
Right.
I didn't know you had to kiss them. I've been missing a step. Carlos said, I'm glad that Ed knows how to tighten up lug nuts. I think he had a few screws loose himself.
You think? not Ed.
Carlos is just jealous of Ed's body English. That's what it is. We know. It's okay.
I'm trying to find shrink wrap here. I'm kind of running out of everything. We're building so much.
Reaper said, except with these particular motors, they all tighten counterclockwise.
Yeah. And what Jeremy's talking about is when you order motors, you'll get sometimes the option to have a CCW or a CW. Well, these are all CWs. So normally on a CCW and a CW, you're going to have this one tighten here, same as this one, and then these ones tighten, you know, this way. So, but now it never made a difference back then. It's just something that someone did and everyone followed because you could always use counterclockwise versus clockwise motor on anything. Just reverse the polarity of the motor is all it needed. But yeah.
Birdman, I missed it earlier, babe, but I got it now. So he wants to know if there is a huge difference in 2350 kV and 2400 kV. 2206 as an example.
Yes, you will see a difference. 2450 for me, I like for freestyle. I think that's like the plenty of power stage. 2300s, they're good. You just can't tune them down much because, well, they're already low on kV. So all right, sure. All right, so there that is. I'll just slide that down and do all that later. Let's move on with this. Snake skins here. These snake skins, like I said, they slow you down a little bit, but they really do work. If you guys are building, I would definitely suggest you grab you some. They sell them on Amazon. They're really cheap. They do save your wires. And like I said, this one, the wires just bunching up. And doing it live is definitely what he acts stupid. But it makes a difference. It really does. You wouldn't think that protector would do it, but when it's on there and it's, you know, that prop goes across it, it'll kind of snag it up a little bit. I can show you one up in flying. Had props and all break off, and you can see it's, I mean, just about all of my quads are still in good shape. Trying to show you one that maybe been beaten badly, but I can't find one. This thing has been through crash after crash, and you can see it kind of just frays it just a little bit. But it does protect your motors for sure. Definitely well worth it. And it's only like $7 or $8 for a nice roll of it. Let's put that back later. Right, that's good. Get another one.
Was $7.99 for 25 foot.
There you go. And that's not this right here. What I'm messing with, this right here is iFlight. This is that pack that they have for like $8, I think it is. So, and you kind of see, I don't know if you guys can see in the camera, but I like to do is just kind of get the end down on there and then kind of do it like this. That's why you have to burn the ends. See, I got this part hanging up here. Like I said, these were already tinned up. So they're kind of grabbing them as they come through. Sometimes everything's not easy.
said not only are those snake skins functional, they're pretty damn good to look at.
That's for sure. They do make it look much cleaner. And you can hide. I'm going to put this over here. This thing.
Right, Bob? We've all got some screws loose. That's why we all get along so well.
Right? Agreed. As Crystal's video said earlier, broken. This one just being a bugger.
There's nothing wrong with being broken.
I know that. All right, there we are. These things won't be almost as tough as yours, Jeremy. There we go. See what's going on here. Once these wires snag it, it will hold it back.
Reaper said, what size are the snake skins you put on his quad, diameter-wise? He started to order some, but he didn't know what size to get. Weren't they an 1/8 inch? Or was it a quarter?
Yes, they were 1/8 inch. They're right here. Well, no. These were a 1/4 inch because you see 1/8 inch closed, 1/4 inch when it's like that. But you see how much easier this is compared to that iFlight stuff. But I don't have purple in this. I ordered this just for Jeremy's quad.
Hurry up and grab that beer, Ed.
And you guys keep hearing me say Jeremy's quad, and a lot of you might not have made it over to the FPV channel, but here's Jeremy's quad. He just got a hard on, so the table just lifted.
Brian, it's okay. Don't worry.
Oh man. All right, and then I have another piece cut here because I'm gonna use a piece on the power wire. Well, I didn't plan that power wire comes off the side here. I might be able to still get that because I kind of don't want that coming out the side.
Birdman said he's interested in hiring you for a 5-inch build fairly soon, like in a couple months.
Hit me up. I'm ready, bruh. Let me know when you are.
Sounds like Birdman might be getting himself a nice quad for Christmas. You know, a couple months. Christmas is like a couple months.
And I want to run that wire like this, but you have to be careful because you don't want your power wires crammed between your flight controller too much because you want it to not pick up some heat and catch fire on you or melt in there. Make sure we're good. I can tilt this up a little bit more. Straighten this out. There you go. Get you some dew. Do. And yes, on the news tonight, you will hear Greg's voice. We kiss and made up.
Oh, Lord.
If he's watching, they'll bring him in.
These boys.
But anyway, if you see here, this will work for me because it's going to be down below this nut here. And then we're going to have a washer or an O-ring on top of it. So I'm good at doing that. I don't like doing this here. I will stay away from this all day long unless I have to. Every time I do this, I'll give it a couple flights. It doesn't last. Snatched, ripped off, and then a lot of times you see up here they don't have pads on both sides. This does have pads on both sides, but you can see it joins and wraps around, so it's 9 times out of 10 going to rip that pad completely off. So bringing it through the stack and out the back is definitely the idea. Through the stack and out the back. That's a pretty good saying here. So let's go get some heat shrink on these. And you see how this is frayed up? That doesn't matter. This heat shrink will take care of that, and you won't even see it. I promise.
Oh, Rob said Bot is sponsored by Get FPV, but not employed.
Not yet, right? He will be, man. He's always doing something.
Yeah, Headfog tries to hide, but yeah, baby, we knew you had a slight screw loose from way back. That's why you fit right in with us.
I see some of these
Hey
go
again,
right on.
Rob. I'm over here hiding in the shadows this time.
Like I said, let's get all of this on here, because if not, I'll forget to put this on. And then once you solder the wires, well, not that it really matters. I thought I'd be butthurt, take it back apart just for that. Okay, turn this back a little bit. I finally got that BFF going though. So if you guys buy that, I don't suggest you to, but if you do, just stumble into it like I did. Buy you a box of bolts.
A box of bolts.
Yeah, you're gonna need a box of big fucking bolts.
Hardware store bolts.
Amazon sells these. Okay, that and let me find it. Here we go. Here we go. That and this is required if you purchase the Flynoceros BFF frame. So just kind of show you what kit you might want to get a hold of. I had to do that to get my freaking arms tight. The only way I could get the arms tight. Reached out to them, as everyone would probably thinking right now, just reach out to them. Well, they said they put a frame together and didn't have the problem I'm having. So you're not going to have the problem if you don't go out and fly it. You know, that's the problem. And I flew six 6S packs through it when it decided to do that. The arms just wobbled so bad loose, it just started like, you know, kind of when you fly and you hit so hard you knock out one of your flight. Well, you won't with the steel, but when you have just the nylon and you break one and then it flies funny, it's kind of got like that. You think something wrong with the motor. That's kind of what it was doing, because the arms were so loose and there's nothing I could do, because the tolerance of the bolt, it was kind of like this through the arm. Kind of like, okay, well, that's not going to do nothing. You know what I mean? I don't care how tight you sandwich something from this end to this end, you're still going to have that movement. And what we do at the velocity speeds we fly, it wasn't working. So I come up with my own solution, and they can keep their hardware for the next guy. Save them a couple bucks on shipping anyway. All right, so here we are now. We got our motors mounted, snakeskins on, heat shrinks are on all the arms, and we can go ahead and solder on our motor wires. And I run into that problem with premium frames. I honestly do. A lot of people can vouch for that know me. That's why I fool with the Puda, baby. Come on, vampire.
Oh, God. Ed said, no, loose holes are just wrong. I don't care what kind of hole it is.
Right, Ed?
It's just wrong.
It's just wrong.
Oh! Reapers over there firing shots. Maybe you just got small bolts, Ed.
Jeremy, I just got that picture of a freaking head from the freaking chat. What's that? I freaking died, dude. I pissed my pants on that one. What is that?
Oh, God.
Something your mama like, boy. Oh man, let me stop.
Yeah, Reaper had us all going last night.
So you see when I solder, I don't know because you guys haven't seen me solder much, unless you, like I said, follow me on the other channel. Touch and go, baby, touch and go. I run a hot iron. I'm up about 850, but move quick and you won't have a problem. If you set on it, you're gonna burn it. And these wires are actually falling right in line. They're like, some are short, some are, you know how like when you line them up for the ESC, they get shorter, longer. Perfect. Don't have to add no wire to this. And if I add wire, that's the one thing I like to use the snake skin for, is to hide that. And that's one good thing snake skin's good for. This one's gonna be a little difficult, but we're gonna get it. Oh, we're gonna get her. Snake skin's just a bit too long. So I'll pull back that snake skin and solder it. See, as soon as I touch that solder, it's just, I mean, it melts it.
Melts?
Melts. And like I said, that's what you want. Nice hot joints. Yeah, I know what y'all thinking.
Too easy. Too easy.
Should have probably switched that over. Let's move that one over here. I think this one will go here. Maybe not. Maybe I had it right. So I said they're like the perfect size. I gotta make sure I get the right one right where I need it.
Reaper, hon, there's the link for that snake skin that Chris used on yours. And like I said, that's 25 foot. And they have red and black or blue and black or just black on that link. RC Funds, welcome, babe.
John, welcome. See, my mind's going here. I see these holes in the frame. I'm like, okay, I gotta move. Well, actually, I gotta do, because I'm gonna use that one hole. I'm used to standoffs, but this one doesn't have standoffs. Like I said, this one connects like this. When I first built the very first one of these, I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work. But it actually really does look very good. I know John's got that storm down there. Vagina.
Uh-oh. He said, just coming in to say what's up to the fam. Leave it around 9:30 to see it too. It's been hit and miss rain all day with some winds today, John, but not that bad.
Okay. Get that up on there. What?
Rob said, thanks, Chris. Yep, kiss D1 all day. He said, I'd say Chris has built more quads than anyone I know.
Oh, that's awesome, brother. Thank you.
John said, the way he solders is amazing.
I ain't addicted, I promise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to build an.
How to keep Chris happy? Give him drone parts to tell him to build.
I'm getting ready to build an OG Wizard, Rob, with the KISS V1 flight controller and the KISS V1 ESCs, the full KISS experience, because the one I have now, this guy here just has the KISS V1 flight controller with the quadrant VO Heli ESCs, which I know a lot of people run it like that too, and it does run really good and smooth. So, all right, you'll hear something just for a quick second. This is my blow dryer.
John said it's gone now. They have some ways to come through, but we didn't.
Okay. All right, there you go. Look pretty good. Everything in nice and tight in the frame.
Rob doesn't want me to tell you or Adam that Flight 1 is actually just a KISS imitation.
I'm with you on it, Rob, to be honest with you. See, that's the thing. I only run them because I've had, before I knew anything about KISS, I could have had some KISS work, but I turned it down because I didn't know anything about it, but now I do. And then Flight 1 was just like, I went up and met Cricket. Dude, Cricket, when you just got in goggles with him and flew, dude, it was just crazy. He bumped something and it just didn't matter to the quad, and it was just amazing different. And we just bump a leaf and it's like, oh, you know, crazy, right? Throw itself to the ground, break itself. And so I got to see race flight before. It was Flight 1, and just Cricket just kept going on and on and on about it. So it was just like, hey, I got to try it. So then after one live stream, Vampire hit me up. He's like, I got this Cricket board, man. You interested? And we ended up trading some 5S packs for it. And then I just ended up building the quad and this guy here. And I've run it on default rates. I've touched nothing on it. And I haven't tried Falco X yet. I want to so bad, but my laptop or my computer will not download it for some reason. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Reaper's trying to get me to choke to death on Mountain Dew.
Huh?
Ryan said, hey guys, I'm calling my YouTube channel Rockets, Airplanes, and Drones. So Reaper said, call it the Penetrator, Ryan. Just as I was trying to drink my Mountain Dew.
Reaper's funny. The Penetrator. Right? Alright, so let's go ahead and get our power cable on now.
Oh yeah, John, this is like the third one that Chris has had now. Because Ryan's got one.
Well, now I built Ryan's.
Carlos has got one.
Ryan's was a planned build, and then after I built Ryan's, I was just like, oh, I need one. And I went ahead and built one, and then Carlos fell in love with it. And obviously, I say I'll keep this one, but if the right deal comes across, you know, everything's got a price on it with me. You guys know that. And it's good to do things like that, trade, and, you know.
That's not true. I'm extremely expensive.
Okay.
You said everything has a price with you.
Well, obviously, $1 million wouldn't even cover you. I'd miss you. Let's make sure we're doing positive and negative. Yeah. Negative to positive, positive to negative. Good way to have smoke. Like I said, keep that iron nice and hot. Get that solder right on there. Make sure it lays flat as we come through. Like I said, that'll set perfect down beyond everything. And I'm anal about the builds too when I do them. Like I gotta have everything clean, and I don't know. I just hate a quad that you bunch everything up on one pad. And I mean, that's what they give you multiple pads for. It's why they're spaced out throughout across the board, you know, and other stuff like that. Obviously, I got to make sure those washers don't intervene with the pins. You see, those washers may not be able to be in there. They look like they're not letting that pin sit down there all the way. So let's pull that back off, because this does have pins that connect the flight controller and ESC together. You always want to make sure they are seated very well, because you will have dropouts, if not desyncs and all that good stuff.
Oh.
And that's
said, I like clean anals too.
Right, clean anals work, man. And you got to be careful pushing it down on there. Just make sure it seats itself down on there. I'm happy with that. I can work with that right there. Power wires not being pinched. Can move it, no problem. Plenty of air can get through there. So
Has to breathe. Keep it cool.
Has to breathe. Only thing, yeah. Shoot. So I got the length and the wires on the VTX. Well, let's see here. May not have to, honestly. No, I don't have to. Okay, so we're gonna run that. It's gonna be crazy. VTX is in the front of the quad. I'm used to setting everything up, running the back. Okay, so now for the VTX, I'm gonna do the same with the bolts here. Just gonna put some down there. I'll try to put a washer on the outside of those, and then the inside. Yeah, that'll work. So do that. Then we'll come on the inside with these. I don't want to make it too wobbly. I might put this on here, and that kind of gives it a little resistance, because if you have it on if you have it real rigid, it will give you a bunch of lines and shaking around that VTX.
Welcome, Sidewinder.
Sidewinder, welcome, brother.
Reaper said I couldn't just let that one slip away.
Yeah, that'll work. And then, like I said, that, and then we'll put that VTX right there, because as you can see, I could have run longer bolts, but instead of cramming it all up on the top here, we just stretch it out a little bit. I'll tell you what, this build, if you guys didn't get to see this, let me pull the strap off. So you know, normally when we build, we stack everything. Well, this build, as you can see, everything, you only have 10 millimeters of build space. My finger won't even go in there. So my receiver's up here, ESC. I have a capacitor in here. I have a flight controller back here. This is just a buzzer. Love my drones hooked me up with. Thank you, Ed. As you can see, I'm using it. I zip tied it here to the 6S6 because this thing, if it goes down in the weeds, I don't have to look for it. But as you can see, the build space on this thing, it was crazy. So the only thing I can say is, if you go to build something like this, do a lot of planning. Or just reach out to me and I'll help you, walk you through it. Help you get through figuring out what it is. If this was the most difficult build I did to date, I would say.
John C., welcome. Thanks for stopping
John
in.
C., welcome. So that's why, between that and then the arms loosened up, you know, that's just, that thing was a nightmare. But it's really fun now that I got it going. But we're going to have issues with some, I guess. I could probably put this O-ring on top here, maybe. And I have like these little flat locking nuts. Kind of, well, I say locking, but they don't lock. But I have a little secret for doing this. I like to put the nut on like that, and then take conformal coating, and I just dab it right on the top, and it kind of like, when it dries, it locks it in, stops the vibration if it's want to vibrate itself loose on you. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Like I said, I just want to do it because, well, I do it on the noob channel, and I want to do it over here because I said I've always wanted to do a build over here.
John said, what's the name of the quad you're building?
This is the HSKRC AcroBrat.
But it's going to become
I'm going to call it the CineBrat. Just that's, if you see everybody's doing that, the Cine whoop in and stuff like that. So just for fun, just thought it'd be something to kind of do that with it. You can see I printed a mount for it, And so it'll hold a GoPro Hero 5 that does 4K, so why not?
Well, now we know where Alvin's been.
Hiding.
No, he said he works too, but mainly only late nights every other Saturday when the strip club needs him.
Whoa. Well,
got
yourself a good job anyway, man. Congrats.
Now we know what all that physical therapy stuff was for.
Right? And that's perfect there, because it ain't going to go nowhere. It ain't going to vibrate, because this frame is really set up. You guys are just stopping in. Like I said, this frame is built really good. So they got like the rubber mounts and everything mounts. So you got all rubber mount there for your stack. So none of the vibrations of your motor is going to go through. We're using the Armaton motors. These guys are, what would I say they were? 38, 50, or 54 or something? 38, 50 kV, 1407. So I think that's what they were. That don't sound right though. I thought they were higher than that. But so far, so good. And it's running the HSKRC 438 stack. You guys heard me before say that they're junk. I was speaking on the 428 stack. I've never really ran the 438, but this is the TX20 V2. So, therefore, I'm thinking they done something good, right? They changed some things around, and it's not going to burn out first couple flights.
It said, I hope you never need that buzzer beacon or whatever it is.
Right, brother? That's one way to look at it. But that thing works really nice, man. Press and hold it for a couple seconds. Turns it on. Gives a little chime while you're sitting there. Take off, and then come back into land. Give it a press and hold another 2 seconds, and turns itself off. If you forget to turn it off, it'll get a little louder on you, after a few minutes. But nice little buzzer, man. Really nice. Which Firefly, John, that's the guy. He does really good work over there, figuring these things out. The ones they had to hook power to, were nice, but then they now come up with this one that you can pretty much charge, and you can switch from quad to quad, so can't beat that. All right, one more screw. I guess I probably didn't need all this support, the rubber mounting, but if it's there, you got it, use it. Especially on your BTXs, or because if you notice on your flight controllers and all, if you didn't know it, and you're running the nylon standoffs straight from the frame to your flight controller and all, make sure you do have some kind of rubber in between there. If not, get you some, put it in there. Watch the amazing difference. They do act like so much, they fly so much smoother when everything is completely mounted softly and all that. The F3s really don't make a difference, but I still do it, even if I use them. Yeah, I still use F3s. I know you guys were like, what? Did he just say F3? I have a couple quads with F3s on them. So I'm going to throw that guy down there. Look at that. Nice little home for it. But before we do that, let's put this up over here. Just lost my O-ring. Can't forget our receiver. We need to talk to it, right? So I have a little piece of 2A tape here. Just stick it on this guy.
If not, it's an interesting paperweight.
Yeah, and I don't want it to be a paperweight. Let's just peel this off. You guys know how to do all this. Okay, and I'm going to lay this right down in between here. Okay, kind of like so, and then my wires can reach everywhere as I need it to reach, so I don't have to add or cut nothing. Up there. Now we do this. Boom. Like I said, everything I like to have nice and clean.
Right, Birdman? Hello, RX. How are you? TX. I'm super. Let's fly something.
And I'm sorry, guys. It is 9/11, and Crystal is going to do the news. She did not keep me informed on time here.
I was letting you roll. I don't have anything over here either.
So if you guys are enjoying this, we'll come back after the news and finish it up. If you aren't, then screw y'all. No, I'm just kidding.
Aye, aye, aye. We love you anyway.
But no, I'll come back when she's done and I'll finish it up. So go ahead and pop this up. Oh, God, you get to see our ugly mugs now. My eyes are like crossed from those glasses. I give it them on for doing like some of the small stuff because I wanted to make sure the board don't touch and all. And you get involved and you forget to take them things off. Then you got them on for a minute and your eyes are just like. But so far, so good. Who likes it? Remember, if you like it and if you just need some help, hit me up. I'll help you up. Help you out with it. We do it live. Help you up. I will help you up. And we do it live.
Night Train said, Chris, that Crossfire RX has the wrong antennas.
Mike, you're a funny guy. That's all I'm going to tell you. I have not gone yet to Crossfire or Rapid Fire. Yes, Rob, I know. It changed your life. I saw the video. I got to admit, I have flown with Eric and a couple people with it and have saw the difference. But Wayne is going to hook me up with an R9 module, so I'm going to try that out first. I have to. He's hooking me up with it. Sorry, can you guys see Crystal good? Let's lower down. I know she's kind of short. Oh, I saw that face.
I hope you did.
All right, guys, enjoy the news.
Oh, well.
Oh, I gotta stretch my legs. There you have it.
And in news tonight, guys, we have a missing 90-year-old Marquette County woman that was found by drone. A missing 90-year-old lady from Marquette County, Wisconsin, was found with the help of a drone. According to a release by the Marquette County Sheriff's Office, the drone was equipped with a FLIR thermal imaging camera. The missing woman suffers from dementia, and she was found by that drone. Without it, who knows? A silver alert was issued on Tuesday. She was last seen outside of her Oxford home. She was on foot. She's 90 years old, 5 foot, and 115 pounds. Teeny tiny little old lady wearing a green sweater and blue jeans. The drone found her extremely quickly. If it hadn't been, may not have been a good thing. In other news, drones warning over breeding seals in Pembrokeshire. The gray seal population in Pembrokeshire breeds from August to November, but a lack of awareness has led them to being scared into the water with the potential not to return. Research has so far found drones with 4 propellers are more likely to cause problems. It's prompted calls for users to learn about flying them near wildlife. Paul Renfro, who works for Pembrokeshire Coastal Forum, said a ban would be difficult to enforce, but acting responsibly will make a huge difference. Plan ahead, know areas that are sensitive, and keep your distance. If the seals are starting to notice you, then you're too close. Their eyes almost bulge, and you can see the stress in their face. And when they're starting to look at you, then that's close enough. Pembrokeshire has one of the biggest breeding colonies of gray seals in southwest Britain. While numbers have been struggling in other areas, one of the highest ever annual birth rates was recorded for seal pups last year in West Wales. The seals stay out of the water during breeding season. The pups also remain on land until they have molted their white coats and trebled their birth weight, usually over a period of 2 to 3 weeks. But that can be disrupted by the drones, and if they get too stressed, in extreme cases, it can cause them to move to other areas. If they're scared, they'll injure themselves on the stones and rocks getting back into the water, and that can cause them not to want to return and not to have a successful breeding season. Guys, this isn't only about the seals. Lots of areas have birds and things that come to mate, to nest. Please keep that in mind. Check with your local area, find out if there is any breeding that is going on, and kindly keep your distance from that area. In other news, Parrot launches FPV version of the Anafi. French drone manufacturer Parrot is getting on the first-person view bandwagon with the launch of the Anafi FPV, a package that includes the Anafi drone and a pair of FPV goggles. The move comes a matter of weeks after DJI has launched a bundle of drone racing gear. The Chinese manufacturer is expected to unveil a drone to go alongside that tech in the not-too-distant future. So, what's new with the Anafi FPV? The first thing to say is that the Anafi FPV is the latest in what will probably be a string of Anafi iterations. The platform has previously been adapted for thermal imaging. We're expecting further tweaks to be made for different commercial applications too. So, essentially, the Anafi FPV is just the original drone with a pair of FPV goggles. Having said that, the Anafi does have a few tricks up its sleeve that makes it an interesting platform for first-person flight. First is the immersive video from its 180-degree tilting camera. When viewed through the included cockpit glasses, the ability to shift perspective to that degree is going to be interesting and have plenty of creative potential, particularly with the camera's 4K HDR video, 21 megapixel images, 3-axis stabilization, and 3x zoom. The Anafi FPV comes with a pair of cockpit glasses, which pairs with your phone and the Free Flight 6.6 app to give you a front row seat at speeds of up to 31 miles per hour. Parrot says the Anafi FPV's new user experience relies on a combination of cutting-edge hardware and intuitive software. The new FPV interface in Free Flight 6.6 is a simple, streamlined heads-up display with an immersive, unobstructed view of your aerial acrobatics. Any safety alerts or geofencing limits are automatically highlighted in your field of view. The main FPV HUD has been designed to be immersive, adaptable, and informative. The standard HUD shows flights, metrics, including speed, direction, altitude, and location. But a click of a button on the cockpit glasses switches to a minimum interface, removing that data and leaving you to that FPV experience. You can even find your Anafi in midair without removing the cockpit glasses. Switch to the see-through view, and you'll see live video from your smartphone camera. An overlay shows the exact position of your drone. If your Anafi is off-screen, an icon points to its location. The French drone manufacturer Parrot is getting on that first-person view bandwagon with the launch of that Anafi FPV. So, how much is it? What do you all think? Technically, in US dollars, it is $799. Is that a bad thing? Not really. Not considering what the Anafi actually offers. And just to let you guys know, in other news, if you're interested in DJI, you might want to jump now because DJI's prices are getting ready to take a jump. Thanks to the tariffs, DJI has come out and announced that their prices will be going up, and they are also changing up quite a few items on their line. So if you're interested, jump now before your prices really, really, really take a jump. Mike Brooks, I saw you hop in there, babe. Yeah, Acro was hopping up here as well. He's had to be running all around. Now, who wants to fly this weekend? I know a bunch of people who do, because a bunch of people have not been able to fly recently thanks to a hurricane, tropical storm, whatever it was that was headed through your area. Remember, if you can't get outside and fly, break out one of the little guys, fly in the house, fly the simulator, get your stick time in, plaster a smile on your face, and enjoy our hobby. Because no matter what, you get to fly. Mother Nature doesn't get to stop us anymore. Exactly. A new Anafi, Anafi, however you want to pronounce it. Yeah, Acro is such a, he's a little handful, I'm telling you. He's not as laid back as Mr. Snuggies used to be. Acro is like that 2 to 3 year old toddler that runs around and gets into everything. Yep, that's Acro.
Yep.
But yeah, if you guys are looking for a photography platform that will now do FPV, you've got your platform, you've got your goggles, $799. Check it out. The Anafi has now gone FPV. Well, think about it. With the price jump that DJI is getting ready to come out with, that's not a bad price. And I'm telling you guys, if you want some of the
or if you guys just
older drones from DJI, you better grab them now.
Stick with me and let's keep building these in your pockets. You could build two.
My little Spark is cuter than that.
Yeah. I think it outdo your Sparky though.
My little Spark is still cuter than that.
It would, well, not in range maybe. Hey, Acro, what's you doing?
Mike says they claim the specs are the same, even though the body looks like it changed a little with thicker arms. Oh, he said DJI prices already went up. Too late. Well, guys, if you're looking for some of the older models, you better scoop them up when you see them. I can tell you now, the Spark is going bye-byes. The Phantom line is going bye-byes.
It's already gone. You can't
if you can find them and you want them, you better grab them.
Yeah, Thomas Gertis, he get out of that.
He's playing with a box of bolts.
He runs a box of screws.
I see this.
Thomas Gertis works, as a 107 is in his company, and they want to replace some parts on the Phantom. Nope, no more longer purchasable or nothing. So, and that's been about 2 months ago, maybe 2-3 months ago. He told me that. So, all right, let's get her back done. You guys ready? Push down here. We wanted to include the news still. I know you guys really enjoy that. So.
You wanted break time. I know what you wanted.
Oh, I had to stand up for sure. Had to stretch those legs. My life.
Ah, did not know that.
What?
Rob, Quad Farm has a Phantom for sale if anybody is looking for one.
There you guys go. But yep, you Phantom people, and I got a video coming out that's going to touch on that because I think it's pretty hilarious.
Thanks for listening, guys.
How things went down with it, the Phantom series, and the other ones that we have. Just funny. But anyway, that's another whole video.
John said, thanks for the news, Crystal. The longest news person we ever had. We had a few get fired. That we did.
Yep. That's funny he says that, because think back, he's right.
I know, that's what it said. Yep, we did.
Yeah, she stuck to her job. I give her that.
Yep, without my fruit basket pay.
All right, so now I run S-Bus, so we're going to go ahead, and I like to solder from this side in instead of having my wires come on the outside, kind of like I did my power wires here. Keeps everything nice and clean, tucks it all away. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me get my eyeballs right here so I can see where those are, because they are tiny. S-Bus, okay, looks like I see it here. They need to snip back too. They're a little bit too much. I don't like a lot of the wire. I like to snip it back, because the longer your wire, then you have more room for the wire to break off on you.
Ed said, I made it through the news, but I've eaten, and you know what happens next?
Yeah, he's going to sleep.
No, he's going to start out with that body English. It's that lean with it, and then the next thing you know, it's just...
With the solder, I don't need those for this thing.
Nitrine said, do you run telemetry through the S port or the Betaflight?
I pretty much just run it through Betaflight. I don't change nothing on my builds or anything, or wire it in or anything.
Right, Carlos? He said, I haven't been prompted for one update flying FPV quads yet.
Huh. Are you sure you want to fly here? Do you have permission? It's all good for takeoff. That's for damn sure, because when you fly a DJI, your ass will go through quite a few questionnaires before you take out.
Ed said, I will be here. Got the volume up, so going to listen while horizontal. Chris can talk me to sleep. Oh my. I don't know if he's going to be having sweet dreams or vivid nightmares.
All right, so let's give it a little bit more wire so we have enough to move it around.
And just remember, Birdman, even though your part prices may actually add up, doesn't mean you have to buy them all at once.
And that's the thing, right? And let me remind you guys something too. Do not waste your money on big expensive parts. I'm gonna tell you, if you're, I get everybody wants that one build, you know what I'm saying? For instance, that schizo build that Carlos just got, that's nice. A lot of people would love to have that thing. But at the end of the day, a lot of money goes into one of those. And if you would look at it at a different angle, you could save yourself some bucks. And what you're putting into that one quad with all them big names, to be honest, you probably could build 2 quads. But I have, and you guys know me, and I'm not hating on nobody, because I do have quads that are popular quads in the clone frames, but I have found to like the diatone Mamba stacks. You guys know that. I'd have a diatone Mamba in here if I didn't have the HSKRC just landing around the box. But the diatone Mamba stacks, the Zing motors, iFlight Zing motors. If you guys don't know about them motors yet, oh, you got to get a hold of a set of those. So they come out, they have the premium motors, which are here. These are the premium, the bells kind of got that different shape to it. These things run excellent, besides a little bit of dirt I feel in there. Really, really nice, smooth motors. I run four sets of the premium motors, and the premiums will run you around about $100 a set. Then they come out with the Zing E motor, which is The economy is what the E stands for. Look at them, still very nice looking motors. Just as nice as the premium motors. I shit you not. This stacked up with the Diatone Mamba stack, many I've built for, and Wayne, Kaz FPV. If you bump into him, just ask him how does his reverb run with the Mamba stack and the E motors. They are so sweet and smooth when he flies that thing. And I run E motors on 6S on this guy, and I have these so far just for the E motors, 2 sets so far, and running 1 set. But I have built Ryan a quad with a set of them. Wayne built his.
John Hunter, are you talking about these?
What? What's the question?
He said, "What are those 2 frame parts in front of Chris? Is that for this build?"
Yes, this goes here, John. These are going to be the frame that holds the camera and ties everything in, like this, when it's done. Think of it like that, but much skinnier. It's real skinny when it's done. All right, so let me stop talking, get back on it. So we got the VTX in there. There's our receiver. We could pull our antennas and go back this way. This guy's gonna kind of run his way back through the quad. Come out, if I'm not mistaken. It should fit right about there. Let's see. See, it just presses on. Just like so. Just presses on that little hole there. Just push it in. And then it's got standoffs that tie everything together. But I'm just making sure at this moment that the cable for the VTX is long enough. It looks like it's going to work for me. I can actually go like this.
Night, Wayne. He said, "By the way, those motors are straight fire."
Thank you, bro. Night, brother. Be good. And that tolerance is tight through that frame there. Which is good to see the tolerance is tight sometimes, but not too tight that you can't get it in. We'll get it in. But anyway, okay, so that'll work there. That's good. Normally when I build things, I mock it up like 2 or 3 times. Like building a car. Think about that, right? You got to put everything in it, make sure everything's going to work fine. So that'll work good just right through there. So now, what we're looking for, our camera. It's going to wire our camera up. That's going to go right here on this end. We have 5 volts. The camera, what this camera could, well, I'll probably just wire the camera straight. I kind of don't like 5 volts on the camera, if I can help it. So I'll probably run that back down here to the
John's getting ready to go see
power wire.
Part 2. He said, "Later, everyone."
Later, John. Joy, don't get scared.
John's really scared of Pennywise.
I know, that's why I told him don't get scared. Pennywise will get you into sleep,
He's
bro.
gonna have his wife pull right up to the door that he comes out of the movie theater.
Right?
I know. He'll be in chat later. "Hey, anybody around? I can't sleep. Hey, anybody around?"
Man, I once saw that thing. Now the clown's under my bed.
Watch out for the sewers.
So make sure I'm not getting in trouble here at mounting this like that. Make sure I have plenty of room, which I should have. Yeah. My camera, if it can handle the full volts, I like to give it the full wattage because it's 5 volts is just I don't know, it kind of drops some of the flight controllers, because what a lot of you, I don't know if you understand, but so you have 5-volt pads on your flight controller. Well, think of it like a battery. It still has milliamp hours. So you can over milliamp hour off of the pads. And then that's when you start to get lines in your video, desyncs, fail safes, and things like that, because you're pulling that pad under 5 volts because there's so much eating off of it. So if you can avoid the 5-volt pad, avoid it. But I'd like to still run the video through the board and all, because it does the OSD, and then it gets, you know, that cleaner video. Some of them are run so much smoother. Sorry if you guys hear that printer. It's being like squeaky.
SOS stuff.
It is kind of doing SOS, ain't it? Alright, so there's that.
That's it is. That's it is.
And I like the ground through the grounds board for the camera. Filtration. Alright. So it's wired up, that's wired up. We got that in. Looks like I'm missing something.
Oh Lord.
Gonna put the conformal coating on each of the screws of the head of the screws, as I said. Kind of locks it all in, and it comes right back off. You can always get this back loose. If it doesn't want to come loose, throw a heat gun on it.
JD said, "Hey Chris, assemble my Tyro 79 and 99 from you, dude."
Send it here, brother. I have no problem doing it for you. We can work something out. Much
And he
cheaper.
won't stop until it flies.
Oh, my eyeballs are going to cross for a minute. All right. So we got. That's good. We can probably put a rail on now. The RF we're going to bring just through the side here. I like to run my antennas out on my arms. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I like to bring that down through there first. So I said I look at it a couple different ways and try to figure out which way I want to bring it out.
Mock it up.
Yeah, it helps. And that'll protect that antenna a lot better coming down through there instead of out and around. So like I said, they're fun to build. They're really easy to build. I understand a lot of people can't solder, and that's why I really like to do what I do, help people out. I love the fact that it doesn't matter if you can solder or not. That doesn't mean you should be kicked out of the hobby and not be able to do nothing.
Jim said antennas on the arms look slick.
Well, it looks
Well, they look
like,
both.
looks really, they do look good out there. I give it to them, but they more or less, they work very well there. I used to mount in different places and have fail safes, but ever since I've done that, it's been really, really nice. I got some that are pigtail and come off the back. Never had a problem with them either, but this way just works. JB's way. So I think I'm going to be hitting right on here for that. It's okay. Let's just leave that lay there for a second, and then we'll start getting our standoffs in.
Dr. Drone, welcome, my dear.
Dr. Drone, welcome. Thank you for stopping in. We're building an AcroBrat tonight. This is the HSKRC one. Get my big hands out the way and I'll share with you what I got so far here.
Poor JD. He said, "I have to do myself to learn, bro." But thanks, I was joking. I thought you would say, hell no.
No, man. Because you know, I do build for a lot of people, and they have been told no. They're like, you know, some people just won't build for you. I'm like, I understand that, and they won't. They tell you to build it yourself, but now I'll help anybody out. So, I think I misplaced a standoff, or they shorted me one. That's not nothing new. Been there before. Um, That's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. It's actually 5. Actually 5, and I have 4. So I probably have a standoff somewhere is laying around. These greens are going to be too long. I do think, yes, they're just a bit too long.
Sure didn't pop.
I probably had it sitting somewhere, messed with it. I was messing with them earlier. Or it's sitting here in front of me, and I'm just blind to the back. It should stand up pretty good, that blue. Blue, blue. Black on black.
Well, schnozzbot.
Yeah, right. Now I'm telling you, the frame's worth it, and it looks like, I don't know.
Right, your worship? Fart.
All right. Dang it. Anyway.
Later, Alvin.
Later, Alvin. Thanks for hanging out, brother. Appreciate you. Okay, so not that. I just skipped that part. There's not a problem. I find one. I got one laying around here. I just don't want to go digging right now. Take too much time up looking for it.
You didn't use it there, did you?
And where? No. You got to have 2 in here. Because, well, no. My bad. Getting ahead of myself. I forgot the camera one went here. I was thinking it went down here for some reason. Nope, we got it. We're under control.
30% is looking good, bro.
That's why I said it was no big deal. I was just going to move on. But, my bad. I put it in the wrong spot. Imagine that. I put it in the wrong spot. Crystal's fault. Thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate it. May have to.
How's it my fault? I didn't touch it.
These tolerances are super tight through here. Yeah. Get these out.
I give you tolerance. Blame it on me.
Oh, this is tight through the frame here. You don't happen to have a nail file laying around, do you?
Oh.
That little guy is tight to try to put through there. Really tight.
I used to, but that was before things in there got rearranged.
It's no problem. I could always go just file it down later. Just a bit. Yeah, I'm going to have to file it down for sure. It'd be like a monkey trying to puke a football. All right, so we got our standoffs on. Let's go ahead and put this side on.
Watch out, your lobby's got gas.
Uh-oh. Somebody been eating burritos? So that's what it looks like when it's coming together. It's got a battery plate here. Don't want to forget. Hope the battery plate's tolerances ain't that tight. It's good to see the tolerances that tight, though. I do like to see it tighter than loose, to be honest with you. I know y'all going to eat that up, but... All right. Let's go ahead and get this in. I think I'm good on the part down there. Cause I got a buzzer and all I was going to put onto it. I guess I could mount that somewhere before we get too far ahead. Might as well go all in, right? We're here. You see how tight everything fits together though? That's really good. That's why I was really like upset when I thought they shorted me on a standoff. But it happens all the time, so it would have been no big deal. It truly does. It does, I promise. Alright, so let's go ahead and hook this guy up. I usually don't do buzzers and lights, but I got this guy, so why not? Alright, so we got buzzer, negative. This I'll run down like this would be good. We got Graham. What was that we did? Buzzer. Gotta tune that one up. Okay. This is actually an HSKRC thing also. Cool beans. Probably why the board's wired up perfect for it. Make sure they got a black one on for the buzzer and then a black one on for ground, so I want to make sure. And it has like the holes you push in through, so solder's up pretty good. It's hard to see, but there is a LED one through there, which is going to should be our yellow. And then our ground. And then our 5/0. I've learned to go in and mess with the LEDs and stuff on Beta Flight too. That's pretty fun. Make them do different things. So just leave that there. We'll mount it somewhere in there. So it's hooked up. It should be good. Let me double check my wiring because I usually don't mess with these guys. So LED for input, buzzer, ground, 5/0. We should be good. Okay. Okay. Alright, get that together. Battery plates in. The ETX will have to be filed to make fit. So if you guys are going to build one of these, note to self, have a file ready.
Oh, sorry. I still haven't found the nail file.
And you will be good. Okay, so then you just pop screws in. Like I said, it goes together pretty good. Pretty easy build. Easy to access everything. Like I said, on the bottom, just make sure you put on those things. I do have a cap too that I'm gonna put onto it that I didn't solder in yet. Right here, 470 microfarad capacitor. If you guys don't know, the stripe down the side replicates the ground. Make sure that's what you got when you do it. You didn't?
Nope.
And you work in an electronics store.
No, I work in an electrical supply store.
Oh, you should have already known. I'm gonna prop that up right there. I think.
I got a lot of stuff to learn.
And solder this bad boy in. Like that. Nope, didn't get this one. get that off of there. Good. All right. And that just did that for there, but that's not going to work. I'm going to have to put that on a wire because I just blocked the port for plugging it in. So, but anyway, Thoras, well, on this little guy, you pretty much ain't going to need it, but I'll run some wire to it and just run it back over here later and fasten it down to the frame with a zip tie or something. Just little things like that. Let's go ahead and put this in. Like I said, the whole idea of wanting to build another one of these guys was I found this mount. This mount is cool.
Night, Jim.
Night, Jim. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. Find the hole, right?
Hit the hole.
See, that's what Head Fog was talking about earlier, turning it back the other way to find that thread. Yepers. Get her done. Boom. Looking good so far. Because they got that other mount, that Firefly mount. I had a Firefly camera before, but I don't know, something tickled me about this session mount. I was like, yep, time to build another AcroBrat. And I kind of just sat here and said that.
And then magically the frame arrived.
Yeah, I was going to say, I kind of just sat here and said that, and then guess what? EPS shows up with a frame. Wasn't that awesome?
Yeah, that was pretty cool because I was at work.
Yeah.
I was. Where'd you call me? At work.
Well, you ordered the other day, though.
Yesterday.
So these rest of these screws in this frame. That one, that one, that one. We're all good in the hood. We try to get the screws in this camera. Now this is gonna need a washer on the inside too. This camera's just a bit too short. I didn't plan on that VTX being there, so I gotta hit. Okay, good for that center hole.
Once again, hit the hole.
Hit the hole. Not you're in trouble. So that's gonna need a washer on the one side. It's gonna need longer screws and a washer, but it's just to show you guys that it's there. So it's pretty good looking. Gotta admit, I like it. Like it a lot. Gotta put some zip ties on it. Mount this bugger up here somewheres. And then file out this part. And then we can mount our
Leanne.
VTX. Leanne, what's up, brother? How you been? How's things going for you? I see you got that Falco X, man. I saw the thing pop up. I gotta watch your vid on it.
He said that's a big camera, and he's good.
Ain't it? But that's called the CineBrat. So that's the idea. Man, look at that.
Now, pop that battery on there just to show them what it looks like when it's carrying a battery.
And to be honest with you, it kind of looks foolish and big, but in person it really doesn't. So let's see if we have enough room for our battery. Perfect.
It actually makes it look a little more complete.
Yeah, it does really make it look a little more complete, don't it?
Yep. Leanne said, looks good, but looks like it has a heavy front.
Yeah, without the battery, I could see that. Yeah, even with the battery, we're still looking heavy. And well, here I could and it's probably gonna happen. I'll take that VTX, lengthen them wires, and get it back here, according to having this camera, and that'll balance it out much more.
Night,
sure.
Carlos.
But like I said, it's just more or less throwing it together. Night, Carlos. Thanks for hanging out. It's more or less just throwing it together right now. Just went through a build here on live on the network and show y'all, because I do it on the FPV noob tube all the time. So figured I'd throw one up here. That net down so I ain't touching nothing.
Man is always building.
And that's plug-in. No need continuity, like I said. Nudity, Chuck. You hear me, Chuck?
Up. Hold up. Stream started at 8 o'clock. I interrupted you, did my news, and it is 9:57, and she's chimed.
Do we have video? Do we have video? Let's see. Got video. Now, as you can see, AcroBrat, because I've done been in and doing some tuning on it and then set it all up. Just a few, not to say tuning, but just a few settings I know I will change. But yeah, can't complain about that, I guess. You get those chimes, that's a good thing. But yeah, like I said, Liam, thanks for pointing that out, because it is definitely front heavy, and I'll move that VTX to the rear, and that's going to change everything up at that point. Which I could just more or less take this off and just spin it all around, set it back down.
He said he's building a freestyle quad, so.
Nice, gonna build a freestyler, huh? I don't think the LEDs and buzzer light did anything, did it? Oh yeah, beep. Okay. Gotcha.
You missed that.
I did miss it. The LEDs won't come on until I go in and tell it to come on. But there you guys have it. And like I said, that's the camera in it. Take the camera out of it, probably.
John said, I like it a lot too.
Yeah, take the camera out. Look at that. We good now, Lucy? But like I said, it's just me. Everybody's doing the Cine thing, Cine whoops and all that. So I figured, why not get in the game, throw a little something together. Had some parts here. I still don't like that big hole here. They do have a spot that this does set up in there. So I could put it up in there, the buzzer, and just not utilize the LEDs, because I'm scared they're going to kind of glare off the camera. But yeah, another AcroBrat under my belt. So I'll go ahead and tidy everything else up tomorrow, and I'm already bound to it and everything, so I don't have to go through all that. But yeah, I can see where everything is kind of up front. It take a racer to look at that thing, huh? That's what Liam does, race. So, and that's why his eyeballs instantly popped on how things are set up. But that's good, thank you, because it definitely is with that. I mean, it instantly goes forward, no CG at all. But
Liam said, I'm going to be using 2205.5 motors, a prototype secret frame, and a 30x30 stack.
Nice. I want to pick up one of those race frames that you run from over there to Tiny's and build one day. It's on my list. I want to build it. But yeah. So 10 o'clock. It's not bad. Good timing. Well, guys, we're gonna end it with that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Maybe we'll do more. Like I said, I do a good bit over on the FPV NoobTube channel, so check us out over there. It's a group channel that we all run. Just goes to show the passion that we guys got, that we have in our hearts for the hobby, doing it for, you know, putting it all together.
And guys, if you haven't already, don't forget to smash that like button.
Yes. And I'm also now an affiliate member with Banggood, so if you guys need something, I can hit you with the link. It helps my channel out. I get to do reviews, and then that's going to give me opportunity to do some giveaways. So that's going to help out the channel and everything. So we're gonna get with it again. I know we slowed down a little bit, but we're picking it back up. Like I said, that's why I want to do this for you guys. And that is cute as hell with that big camera on there.
Lian said, let him know he might be able to get you a discount. And Reaper said, take care, fam. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate
Reaper.
it, Lian. I definitely hit you up, man, because I definitely want to build one. You got me liking that frame now. I'm just thinking that thing looks just about almost indestructible. Let me show you, Lian, my my BFF build for you. We'll run out of here. 10mm build space, 6-inch 6S. Thing's a beast. Running the Diatone F7. Believe it or not, I'm running the Racer Star Rev 35 ESC. It has been so far solid as a rock. It got real hot one day. These arms loosened up real bad. And man, it just, I can't believe the ESC didn't burn up. I really am. So run a 2200 microfarad cap, and I have an aluminum cap in here. It's I think it's a 470. Tiny little cap inside there. So
that's insane. He said I smashed through 2 PVC gates and not a scratch.
I know, bro, and that's, I remember you telling me about that, and that's why I want to get into one of those frames. So cool beans. All right, guys, we appreciate your time. Thank you for hanging out. If you guys need help on a build, just reach out to me. We'll work something out. Like I said, I'm a cheap whore, so.
And Reaper Babe, just to let you know, yours should be headed out in the mail either Monday or Tuesday. So
yes,
your baby will be headed your way very soon.
I just built this for Reaper FPV. He sent in his Japalar. If you guys are into the Japalar frames, hit me up. We can work something out. I got quite a few of them here. Got 3-inch. 3-inch.
John said, I'm a drone network junkie. He's watching in the movie theater.
So I got Japalar frames for days. These things are tough as nails. It just so happens that these three were, well, the 2 3-inch, they had hella builds in them, so they kind of got stripped out for parts. And you can see we built a 5-inch with one of them, and I built the 5-inch, and actually built the AcroBrat. My last AcroBrat I built with everything out of this one. So there you guys have it. Appreciate your time.
Until next time, guys.
Peace.
Fly. Send it.
Happy flying. Later, guys.
Love y'all.